Today is going to be a quick pro tip on doing demonstrations involving, I'm just going to bring up the painfully obvious. This is a person who's supposed to be an expert in weapons handling and escaping attackers and that sort of thing. And this is how to survive a backseat intruder armed with a knife. And I'll just give you the answers really quickly before I critique this video. Make sure it's physically impossible for you to be in danger as much as possible. And 90% of these problems that you imagine might happen don't exist. But the basics here is if somebody's in your car and you forgot to lock it, hit the lock button and hit the alarm, and make sure you have a car where you can keep someone from getting out of your car. Make sure it can't start without you in it. Make sure it can't start by hitting a simple button. Make sure it requires a fucking key from the old days. I'm not joking. Get a really old car, but outfit it to where it's basically a jail. And then the police ask the person, what are you doing in the back seat of his car with a knife, with a video recording, because there's a camera pointing into the interior. And that's the next part. Make sure your car has a camera that points to the interior and forward for your dash cam. And make it react to any movement. And please get a technician to get rid of the damn LED that tells people they're being recorded. You don't want them recorded and knowing it. And no, people don't have rights to privacy if they're trying to murder you in the back seat or say, give me your money. Now we're going to get to the critique of this video. A knife in a sheath pressed against your throat in this position is as bad, almost, as it not having the sheath. No, I don't want to hear any of you say otherwise. You're wrong. Period. That sheath isn't going to do shit. What you do is you get a plastic, rubber, or whatever knife, and you cover it with not necessarily easy to remove, but pretty easy to remove ink. And you use it, like a Sharpie would be used. But don't use a Sharpie, oddly enough. You can actually hurt somebody with that. And you use it to detect whether or not any cut happened in the neck. The first thing this guy's going to tell you is to control the weapon. You can't. It's a knife. This is what's going to happen if you want to defend yourself. You'll take one or the other hand, I don't care which one, and you're going to have to, in this instant, somehow fully train yourself to grab both the blade, presuming you're going to cut your hand to hell, and the hand. You have to grab with an incredibly heavy amount of force, because if somebody's amped up because they're going to threaten you to get your wallet, they're going to be expecting terrible outcomes. Their fear is going to be kicking in. The person in the back seat is going to have a massive amount of adrenaline. You're very likely going to die. Just give them your damn wallet at this point. But if you're going to do this, you have to train not for self-defense, but for lifting a weight in a very oddly specific way. You lay down on a bench at the gym and lift weights by pulling a repulleyed lifting cable and push like you're punching forward. Basically, it's the same thing as the punching training, where you strengthen your punch to where you have a lot more force that you can apply. You're going to have to grab the hand, because it's the only thing you can reach, right there behind the wrist joint. Pull it fully forward. And you're going to have to grab the knife at the same time. And the guy in the back is going to have a free hand. Okay? You already know that. Just give him your damn wallet. Just do it. Because most people just want to steal the $10 you might have, or the credit cards they're not going to be able to use in 15 minutes. Most people like that aren't interested in committing outright murder. Okay? Just give them the wallet. But if you're going to do that, you're going to have to be ridiculously strong and grab that arm and pull it down and forward enough to get a hold of the knife. And you're going to be saying to yourself, my hand and I are going to the hospital. Okay. Or give them your wallet. And no, I don't want to hear about using any other weapon. You don't know what you're doing. Please don't do that. Okay. And next, to the guy who did this demonstration. You used a knife in a sheath. I don't even care if it's a fake knife in a sheath. You're giving the impression that you're relying on a knife sheath to actually do its job, which is to prevent you from being hurt. Under these conditions, when you have someone in the back trying to do a realistic scenario, which this isn't, that knife sheath isn't going to do anything. This is a dangerous thing to do. Whoever you are, I don't know the guy's channel name. I was actually looking up a legitimate how to survive a backseat intruder that just grabs you, which is actually much more common than a knife. But no, this is a demonstration that should not have been done this way. So that's a giant boo-boo on their part. Knife safety is a lot like gun safety. Is it physically possible for this to go wrong? Yes. Then you've done everything wrong. Start from the beginning. Erase your video. No, I don't care. Get a dummy knife that leaves ink marks. If you're afraid to get an ink mark on your neck to prove that no, not even one scratch would happen, you know that it was going to happen. Next, this is not related to the lady on TikTok dressed up in a police officer's outfit, who may actually be a cop or no, I don't know, that did a video basically the same thing only without a knife, who did a preposterously bad job demonstrating how to save your own life. Check your car. Make sure no one's in it. Lock up everything. Make sure it's physically impossible for someone to get in unless they break a window or something. Make sure you use physical keys and have physical control over your car. When you return to your car, look in the back. Make sure you have a keychain flashlight. Not on the keychain with the keys, but another flashlight separately. That way, if you have to run, throw the what sounds like keys on the ground and run. A thief is going to want to steal your car at that point because they see keys. If they don't find keys, they'll get mad, they'll break your car, but they're not going to hurt you. Escape, evade, get distance, whatever. And never obey an attacker's orders unless, of course, they really do have you in the situation, in which case, just give them your damn wallet. And again, unless you go through massive upper body strength training, among other things, I don't even want to list all of it, this is not going to work. Okay, that's your little pro tip for the day. And to the guy who did the video, if you have more than one video where you have a sheathed knife, erase them. Because someone's going to try to imitate this for a YouTube video and find out the sheath didn't do anything, and you're going to be partially responsible for someone either getting injured or killed. Good day.